Hey guys, how are you guys doing this evening? Toya La'Chelle here, owner of Hudson Brow Waxing, and I'm gonna give you guys some time to log on here. Guys, I took some notes because this is so out of my comfort zone getting on live here, but I am so appreciative to do it. So I'm gonna wait on some of you guys to get here, and I did have to do this on my cell phone because my iPad has went dead, and now my MacBook is telling me that I need to update my internet in order to get on Facebook Live. So you know what, I wasn't gonna do all that right now. So if I get a phone call, ignore it because I'm gonna ignore it. Hey ladies, hey Latoya, hey Sharonda. So first I just want to thank you guys. I want to thank Latoya and I want to thank Key for inviting me on here today and just making me a part of such a phenomenal cause, a phenomenal event that they're about to have. I'm so excited for this event. I'm just excited for everything they have going on with the whole body positivity and for the shoots, because let's face it, we live in a world today where we live in a contradicting world, right? Where one minute we're supposed to be so confident and so just fierce and just loving ourselves, and then the next minute when we are feeling that way and loving ourselves, people are like, oh, hold up, you doing too much, you too confident, right? So I think just this group is going to be so amazing because they are really embracing every woman, every body, every size. So I'm really excited. And so today I'm going to come on here and I'm just going to talk about Brazilian waxing. And I don't know if you guys are doing it, right, Latoya? I don't know if you guys are doing it or if you have any questions about it, but if you're not doing it, baby, it is almost about to be 2020. It is time to put those razors and especially that nair down and just start waxing, because there is nothing like it. You're never going to be able to shave or use enough nair to make that lady part as clean and smooth as wax is going to do for you, okay? So those of you guys that are on here and those who may view this later, if you have any type of questions for me, please feel free to contact me. Please, I'll look back on this post right here just to kind of follow up with you guys, just to see if you had any questions, or you can contact me personally as well, okay? But I did take some notes for you guys because I want you all, if you are nervous or you have any just feelings like you don't think you can do this, I really want to be the one to tell you you can do it. It is not difficult. Your first time of waxing, you have a lot of anticipation, you have a lot of anxiety, but the right esthetician is definitely going to walk you through and calm your nerves with all of that. So, just embrace it and just learn to breathe through it, and that's the main thing that I tell my clients, because it's really not bad. It's very tolerable. The main thing that I feel like is your breathing technique. It's just when you go and you're having a baby, it's just if people who suffer from anxiety and panic attacks, they all tell you how to regulate your breathing. It's the same thing for people who run marathons. It all starts with your breathing. So really learning how to breathe is major. And when you come to me, or if you go to the next person, I'm going to walk you through that always. But I wanted to tell you guys a little bit of the benefits of waxing. Number one is that when you wax, you are removing hair from the roots. Sorry guys, it's live. You know what, I'm better at stories because at least I could have stopped by now and then said, you know what, let's do this over. But anyway, we live, so I'm gonna keep going, but bear with me. So when you wax, you're definitely removing hair from the root. So what happens is once that hair is removed, when that hair grows back, it's a lot finer. So when you shave, or if you nair, and especially when you shave, you're basically shaving off the bulb of that hair. That's what that's called. So when it grows back very prickly then, and you don't have that with wax. Also, when you shave, you typically are growing hair back the next day, if not a few days later, depending on how fast your hair grows back. Whereas with wax, you're only having to wax yourself once every 4 weeks. And typically you'll start seeing hair probably around that like 2.5-3 week period. But when your hair starts to grow back, it's not growing back all at once like it would when you shave. It's just growing back like very sporadic in different areas. The other thing is that you have less skin irritation. So when you, first of all, when you nair, I think I used to do that when I was in college, so we've all been there. But you always run it's a chemical, so you always run into the potential hazard of burning yourself. And Lord knows when I did that, Lord Jesus help me, because I literally for days when I went to go use the bathroom, I was burning, and I was like, never again. That is the most painful experience I've ever been through. And then when you shave, a lot of people, especially people who are shaving every day, that's constant exfoliation to your skin, right? So when you have constant exfoliation to your skin, you're irritating that skin. So then that's how we cause all the razor bumps. And then on top of when you're wearing jeans and underwear on the area with that friction rubbing back and forth after you have shaved, it is also then causing friction on the area as well. But when you wax, you don't have all that irritation because nothing was removed from the surface. It was all removed from the roots. I hope that makes sense. But that's some of the benefits of waxing. And then, of course, just not having to worry about it so much. And then you not having to worry about it at all because your esthetician is going to take care of it for you, right? So when it comes to setting your appointment, there are a few things that you want to take into consideration when it comes to waxing. You want to prep your skin if you can. If you can't, it's totally okay. But if you can, 2 to 3 days prior to any wax, if you can buy you a salt or sugar scrub. My personal favorite is a salt scrub. I feel like it's a little bit more abrasive than a sugar scrub. But if you can buy that and then buy an exfoliating glove, and just to kind of show you what that looks like, this is like a glove. This is the exfoliating glove, and you can get these from Walmart, CVS, Target, anywhere in the beauty aisle. And it just has a rough texture. So if you get one of these gloves and then use your scrub and go in circular motions with the glove, like just put it on and go in circular motions all over the area, what that's doing is it's taking dead skin off of your body. So when you come in for your waxing, it's a lot easier to remove those hairs, because what happens is sometimes if we have dead skin piled up on our skin, and when I lay that wax down, what's going to happen is that first layer is going to be basically removing that dead skin. Sure, some hair is going to come up, a lot of hair is going to come up, but you could get more and get a cleaner, smoother feel if there's no dead skin on top. Okay. Just to kind of give you a look of what I'm talking about, I brought a few different scrubs for you guys to see, some of my personal favorites. So first I'm just going to show you something that you can honestly buy at Walmart. You can buy at CVS, and this is Shea Moisture. It's their coffee scrub. Guys, I love this stuff. When I tell you I use it on my whole body, and it polishes my body, makes my body feel super smooth. My Brazilian area is super smooth, and it helps fight away my ingrown hairs. Like, I love it. But unfortunately, it is coffee, right? So with coffee scrubs, your bathtub is going to be a mess afterwards. And plenty of times I've had to use the Drano because it gets a little clogged. Now, that could be from this and from my hair, but I'm blaming it on this too because it makes a complete mess. So so just know after you use this, you are going to have to clean your bathtub, okay? If you want something that is not as messy, here goes one of my salt scrubs that I love. This is actually made by one of my clients, and I'm actually carrying these in the shop. And it is a salt scrub, guys, and it's not messy. It goes on very easy. It's very similar to a sugar scrub. It's just a little bit more thicker, but you put that on the area and then use your exfoliating glove to clean off the skin, to clean off your skin. Guys, it's gonna leave your skin feeling really, really smooth. If you're someone who loves to make products, I always recommend going to Whole Foods. They actually carry the big tubs of salt, and you can put tea tree oil in it. You can put and mix it with a little bit of coconut oil and jojoba oil, and that's really good for your skin as well. And well, it's just like the regular scrubs that I have here, but what it's gonna do is it's going to allow you to make your own products and know what exactly is going into your products. And with that being said, you always want to use tea tree oil. I have Young Living because this is what I carry, but Young Living is a really good therapeutic grade essential oil. But when you wax, even the day of your waxing, tea tree oil is antibacterial. So what it's going to do is it's going to get down into your pores and basically, because when you leave from a waxing appointment, your pores are still open. So in a few minutes, I'm gonna go over like things that you don't want to do after a waxing appointment, but your pores are still open. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you're cleaning out those pores, and you're not putting things, you're not doing certain things that's gonna basically clog up your pores, and then you're gonna have an outbreak. You could have like little pimples, not to scare you guys because it goes away easily, but basically when you have open pores, bacteria can get into them, you know. So you want to make sure that you are doing everything that you can for bacteria not to get into the area. And that's the same thing with shaving as well, you know. But tea tree oil is a go-to. It should stay in your bathroom, period. Definitely research different lines, choose the one that you want, but I'm gonna tell you, don't be trying to go to Walmart and think you're getting a good grade of tea tree oil, because you're not. But tea tree oil is definitely one of those things, whether you're waxing or anything, you want to definitely keep this on hand. Hey Key, so I'm gonna read some of these comments because I've just been talking, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you, Latoya. I tried to let you guys know how important breathing is. Azaria, we're not even going to talk about you, girl, the way you are, but I know you're not going back to shaving at all. You didn't know what was what for, Latoya? The exfoliating glove or the scrubs? But anyway, that's a few things that you definitely prep your skin, guys, if you can. If you can't, definitely after you have a wax, you want to wait 48 hours. Oh, okay, the gloves. Yeah, girl, those gloves, they are life, and you definitely want to keep, and just to let you guys know, yes, you do want to keep these in handy. And honestly, it's good for your underarms. It's good for your whole body. I like to use them, especially on my underarms too, because TMI, but especially underneath my underarms, because basically, you know, like after you keep using deodorant, stuff can get built up. Yeah, you wash your body and everything, but still stuff gets built up. So like really scrubbing underneath your underarms is a really good thing, so you can use these same gloves. But making sure, so when you buy a packet of these, they come in 2, and I always recommend people buy 2 packets, because what happens is when you let these sit overnight, it's just like a washcloth, right? But now it has your dead skin cells on it. So when you let them sit overnight, not only do they have your dead skin cells, but they also carry bacteria. And we are very sensitive down there in our region, right? So you want to make sure that you are using a different one each time you exfoliate, just to keep bacteria at bay. And again, what did I say? The next 24 hours, your pores are definitely still open. So making sure that you use a different exfoliating glove is important when your pores are open as well, okay? So I hope that helps. You can definitely put these in the washer and dryer, and then they're fine, but just use a different one each time. And I do recommend exfoliating at least 2 times 2 times out the week. And of course, everyone has busy lives, so that might not happen. But really making sure, so by that like week and a half point, when your hair is starting to come back up to the surface a little bit, making sure that you are really taking the time to really exfoliate your skin, then it's going to be very important, because when we get ingrown hairs, we get them because there's dead skin at the surface. Well, one or two ways. You could have curly hair and it could easily be an ingrown, but also when you have dead skin at the surface, when your hair is trying to poke through and it's a soft, thin hair, because remember, you're not shaving, so when you shave, that hair is still coarse. So poking through the skin when there's dead skin, it's easy. It can still poke through the skin easily. But when you don't have, but when you're waxing and it's that thin hair trying to poke back through the skin and it's blocking, the dead skin's blocking it, what it's going to do is, this is the top, this is your skin, it's going to come up to the skin, it can't get through. So then what it's going to do is just going to curl back under and go back down. So as you guys know, you can have an ingrown hair for a really long time, and it just continues to grow downward. And then, when it pokes through and it can really be long, which I love getting those out, FYI. I do them for my clients all the time. But when it comes out, that hair is long, because now it had nowhere to go. But of course, the hair itself is still growing in that hair follicle. So just making sure that you exfoliate is important. And people who have curly hair, such as myself, and especially if you have coarse or curly hair in that area, you're just going to be more prone to ingrown hairs. And it doesn't matter if you wax or if you shave, and it doesn't matter, you can continue to exfoliate. You're still going to have a hair bump that pops up every now and again, and it's just the reality of the situation, right? So just making sure you know how to prep your skin. And in that case, guys, if you are more prone to ingrown hairs, I do recommend, and this is also for if you shave or if you wax, it's a product called Psb Vanish. This product, guys, is amazing, and I don't carry anything in my shop that I don't personally love. It's amazing because you really roll it on, you shake it up, and it's like a roll-on deodorant almost. And what it does is it has salicylic and glycolic acid in it. Salicylic is good for unclogging pores. It's very good for acne. So when you think of ingrowns, you think of treating it for acne at that point. So what it does is salicylic acid, it unclogs your pores, and then it's basically allows the exfoliation process. And then the glycolic acid removes that outer layer of dead skin, so then the hairs can poke through. So basically it dries out your skin a little bit, but then literally like within a week, unless it's like very deep, your ingrown is going to poke out, and then you can take your tweezers and you can pull out the hair. So that stuff is amazing. The other things that I see, like with Brazilians, just to kind of give you guys, I'm just trying to give you like a kind of things to expect when you do have it, is I see a lot of people that come in, and if you watched Key's video a couple of days ago, she was talking about how our skin is the largest organ on our body. So with our skin being the largest organ on our body, it's so imperative that we drink a ton of water, because our skin is the last thing to receive the water, right? So during that time, so if you're not drinking enough water, what's going to happen is you're going to get very dry down here in your area. And you're going to be more prone to ingrown hairs when you are dry in that area. So one thing I really love to tell my clients is to get you some jojoba oil, which is really good. And something I put on my clients is this kitty oil. It's really good. It has jojoba oil, and it has a blend of different essential oils, and I do that for my clients who are very dry. I put it on after their waxing appointment, because if you stay dry out there, again, you're gonna form more irritation, then you're gonna have ingrown hairs. So just keep a lookout on that. If you don't do a mix of kitty oil with the essential oils and such, just use coconut oil or jojoba oil and mix the tea tree oil into the jojoba into the jojoba oil, and it's going to be very beneficial to your skin. But the bottom line is, I'm saying that is, do not let your girl go dry. You want to keep her hydrated and moisturized. It's very important. Dry skin ages faster too, and I've talked to so many different women, and there's so many areas of just being self-conscious of that area, and so we want to prolong those wrinkles, because we can get wrinkly down there and we can get saggy. We want to prolong those as long as we can. So just making sure you really treat that your girl just like you treat your face is going to be very important. So just making sure, you know, you cleanse with the proper things, making sure that you exfoliate, and making sure you stay away from Nair. Like, just stay away from that chemical altogether. If you shave, that's your choice. I want to convince you to wax, but definitely, regardless of whatever hair removal method that you choose to use, make sure that you keep your girl moisturized. Hey, it's Stephanie. I miss you too, love. And yes, Key, moisture, moisture, moisture. So I know I'm like going everywhere right now. I hope that you guys are following me. I went over the benefits of waxing, how to prep for wax, going back to that now. So I told you, make sure that you exfoliate before your waxing appointment if you can. Also, do not go to a waxing appointment if you are on strong antibiotics. Why is this? This is because antibiotics, certain ones such as Accutane, other acne medications, treating like bacterial infections, what it's doing is it's thinning out your skin. And when your skin is thinner, then with that wax, what it's going to do is it's going to end up lifting your skin. And you don't want any extra sensitivities, because wax is already exfoliating your skin. And so when it's exfoliating your skin, it's making it thinner at that point, because it's removing that top layer. So if your skin is already thin, it's gonna just make it more sensitive. Now the top part of your area, you won't have to worry so much about this. Unfortunately, the labia, aka your lips, that's where our thinnest skin is on our vagina. So therefore, if we are on antibiotics, your skin probably, potentially, most likely will lift from waxing and being on antibiotics at the same time. So just make sure that you know that you want to wait for that waxing appointment for sure. Oh, well, Toya, I can help you anytime, babe. But I'm glad you're learning a lot. So also, when you are preparing for your appointment, you want to make sure your hair is 1/4 of an inch long. What does that mean? I say, well, I treat 1/4 of an inch something like maybe a shorter eyelash length, or to be on the safe side and make it easier, just wait 2 weeks. If you have 2 weeks of hair growth, and I know sometimes it can be very challenging, especially if you're a woman who likes to shave every day or once a week, I understand that it can become very itchy as well and very irritating to you. But if you wait the 2 weeks, guys, I promise you would never want to shave again after you wax. At least that's how I feel, and that's how most of my clients feel as well. So just wait in those 2 weeks and then coming in. Now, I do have some people that feel like they can't wait, and so in that case, I let them come in a week. But I want you to know that I'm not going to be able to get all the hair in a week. And then also, the shorter and thicker your hair is coming out the skin, it's going to hurt a lot more. So if you wait till the hair is a little bit longer, it's not going to hurt as much. And thinking of the hair too, a good thing to let you guys know is that when you come back for your waxing appointment, so although if you're a first-time waxer, it can be a little challenging just because your anticipation and your anxiety. But of course, I'm going to help you with your breathing technique. I'm also going to give you a stress ball. But the second time when you come back, the hair now you don't have as much, and the hair itself is a lot thinner. So if you come from shaving or using Nair, your hair is a lot thicker, but when you wax, you're removing it from the root. So when it grows back, the hair itself is a lot thinner, and thinner hair comes out the skin a lot easier. So the point of waxing and what's going to help minimize your pain that tremendously is making sure you're keeping up with those appointments and coming in every 4 weeks. Every 4 weeks is very important, especially at the very beginning, because we're getting you in a routine. We're training those hairs, we're thinning out the hairs. And some people, your hair is just going to always grow faster, and you might have to always come in 4 weeks, and that's okay. I'm that person. Like, and the thicker your hair is, that's just the way life's gonna be. Our hair is gonna constantly grow faster, and we're gonna get more, but it still thins it out. But there are some people, if you barely grow hair on your body, or you know that your hair like slows down already, you might be able to wait 6 to 8 weeks. But definitely the first few months, you wanna come in every 4 weeks just to stay in routine and get it, just to start thinning it out. A few things. Okay, so I want to touch on a few things that I know people feel very self-conscious about when it comes to waxing, and one of the things are hemorrhoids. Guys, don't feel self-conscious about that. One thing about me, when my client comes in, I know how it feels to be modest. I don't feel like I'm that modest anymore, just because of the profession that I've been in for several years now. However, when I first started out, I was modest. Like, I didn't want to get on the table and spread my legs to some stranger. But so I know how that feels. But when you come in and you lay down on that table, we have become best friends now. You know why? Because I see everything. I'm gonna see everything that your gyno gonna see, right? Well, almost, because I ain't going inside or anything, but you know what I mean, right? So I'm gonna see a lot from the front to the back, if you're getting a Brazilian. And so we, at that point, we have become best friends. We are like family, and I'm gonna treat you as such. I'm gonna get to know you when you're on the table. You're gonna get to know me. We're gonna laugh, we're gonna talk. And a lot of people feel like, hey, when you're getting a wax, you don't think you're gonna talk. We're gonna have a full-blown conversation for those 7 to 15 minutes, however long it takes. Usually it's about 15 minutes, but if you keep coming, it's about 7 minutes. Unless you don't, I don't know what I was about to say. But anyway, bottom line is we have become family. So don't feel self-conscious when you're coming in and you are opening up to me, because I'm not going to judge you. I don't have no room to judge you, and this is my profession. It's something I do on a daily, and I guarantee you I probably done seen it all or almost all of it. But back to hemorrhoids. People come in and they're very self-conscious about hemorrhoids, but let me tell you, if you've had kids, 9 times out of 10 you have hemorrhoids. So I've seen them. I've seen little hemorrhoids, I've seen bulging hemorrhoids. So the point is, you can still get your butt waxed. I'm not going to go over the hemorrhoid. I'm going to go around it, because we're still getting your butt cheeks a little bit when we do the butt strip. So if you choose that you don't want me to see that for whatever reason, then we can do a bikini full, which is just the front part and it's not the back part. But again, if you have hemorrhoids, I've seen it. Don't be self-conscious. It's okay. And like I said, I've seen bigger to smaller ones. And another thing that people find that they're very self-conscious about is the amount of hair that they have. Guys, again, I've seen it all. I understand that, yes, sometimes things happen and you let it grow out. You might not be you might not be seeing someone right then, or maybe you just been busy, or whatever reason, you just have a lot of hair down there. It's okay. You don't have to worry about trimming. I'll trim it for you, because what I find is, if you trim at home, a lot of times people trim it too short, and then you've waited all that time for no reason, because now I can't wax you. So don't worry about the amount of hair. I will always trim if I feel like you need trimming. And then if your period's on, I do wax women when their cycle is on, as long as you're comfortable with it. I don't care either way. Personally, most women, when they come in here, they're clean, and regardless, I have wipes for you, I have tampons for you, whatever. When you are on your cycle and you decide to get waxed by me, you definitely want to make sure you have a tampon in. But as far as period, guys, I'm not scared of blood. I'm a female. I don't care. So don't worry about that too much or whatever. But I do understand that it's a personal preference. But just so you know, most people who wax, we do wax when your period is on, as long as you have a tampon in. And you don't have to worry about your tampon coming out, because it's going to be moved to the side. And when we wax one side versus when we wax the other side, we'll move it to the other side. So don't worry so much about that. I have dealt with a lot of bigger women who may have saggier skin, and that's a lot of there's a lot of confidence issues that comes along with that. And guys, I'm very sensitive to that, so I don't mind, I'll show you where to pull your skin. I'll pull it in the areas that I feel like I need to pull it, and we'll work with it. Like, at the end of the day, you're a woman, your body's beautiful regardless of your shape or your size, and I'm not judging you regardless. I love what I do. I'm very passionate. I'm telling you, if I wasn't a waxing specialist, I would be an OBGYN, because I just love it that much. I just love the woman's body and everything that encompasses what we have. So don't worry about that at all. I will definitely make you feel comfortable, and I don't care about those things. That's the bottom line, what I'm getting to you. So if you have any concerns beyond that, you can message me privately. You can message me on here. It doesn't matter. But the bottom line is, this is a group for body positivity. And when it comes to waxing, I'm about body positivity as well when it comes to the Brazilian waxing as well. Do I do a lot of plus size women? Yes, ma'am, I do. I'm a plus size woman myself, so But yeah, I do a lot of plus size women. And honestly, some of my plus size women are some of my most confident, sexiest women I know, honey. Let me tell you, when I say that we become like best friends and family up in here, like, people be wanting me to take pictures after their waxing for their men, like, and I just don't even care, because I'm cool with you like that. So if you want me to take a picture after we done, baby, just give me your phone. I'ma snap, and we're gonna be done. But yeah, I wax a lot of plus size women. I wax a lot of smaller women. So it doesn't matter about your shape or your size. Aw, thank you, love. Girl, you so crazy. You didn't have no jungle. Let's see. Oh, so if I could leave you guys with anything. So I'm a waxing specialist. I wax my whole body from head, well, not from my head, but from my face to my toes. I wax everything, right? I don't even own a razor anymore, period. But let me tell you, even though I wax people when their cycle is on, and I totally don't mind and don't care, and if I have to get waxed when my cycle is on, best believe I'm a put my legs in all kind of positions and wax myself. I don't mind. But I just want to let you know, you are going to be more sensitive during that time of the month. It's just our hormones, like, we are just very sensitive. So if I could leave you guys with anything, if you don't have to get waxed, or let's say if it's your first time, choose not to get waxed during that time of the month, because it might make or break your first experience, to be honest. Because when you are that sensitive, and let me tell you, you do, because I'm not a baby typically. I can handle pain, I don't mind. But when my cycle is about to come on, or if it's on, or if it just went off, I am a baby. Like, I will be like, oh my God, I don't want to pull this. Like, it hurts extremely to me. So what I like to do is, I found that happy medium, and it's typically a week and a half after my cycle. And it could be different for you, but I definitely recommend trying to wait, especially if it's your first wax, trying to wait a week and a half after your cycle, just so you can avoid any of those sensitivities during that time. Again, if you don't care about that, hey, go ahead and do it. And if you're a seasoned waxer, if you've been getting waxed for a while, come when your cycle's on. You know yourself. Me personally, when my cycle's on, I don't care. I can be the hairiest at that time, because it's that time. You know what I'm saying? But a week and a half later, trust and believe, I'm waxing everything off. So just keep that in mind, that we are more sensitive during our cycle times, okay? Do you guys have any questions for me? Oh, and I would love to hear from the ladies who have been waxed that are still on. Do you like fully gone, like a full Brazilian where I leave no hair behind? Do you like a landing strip, which is literally like a strip of hair like right above your labia? Or do you like an inverted triangle, or what I like to call a martini glass? So it kind of like look like this and then go down into your labia. What do y'all prefer? I want to hear that from you guys. Me personally, I like all of my hair gone, but you know, some people don't like it all gone. Toya, what you like, girl? I already know what you like, but you could tell the world what you like. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me now, or you can ask me later. Oh, and let me tell you another few things about like people may be self-conscious about. I like full Brazilian, no hair. I know that's right, Barb. Me too. You know what, Toya, most men, actually, what I have found is they like their women to leave a little bit of hair. And that's why most women typically will, because I found that a lot of women like everything gone, but then their husbands are like, I don't want it bald, so they might leave a little hair just to please them. But yeah, so whatever your preference is, me personally, I do not like landing strips. I give them to my clients because that's what they like. But I love, like, I think it is so beautiful on a woman to have like a little martini glass or like that upside down triangle. I think that is so beautiful on a woman. So I do that. And what I do is I leave it. So if you think of the top part of your vagina, I'll like literally leave a little bit at the top, and then I remove that hair that's like where the thicker part of our hair is actually located. I'll remove that hair so that you're bare going all the way down, and you just have it at the top. So it looks really cute, like a little martini glass. Guys, people come in and, you know, hey, we are women and it is winter time. So, you know, sometimes during the winter time, we let our leg hairs grow a little bit longer than we would if it was in the summertime, right? But people, when they come in, they are a little nervous, especially if it's their first time. If they've been with me, they already know how I am, so it doesn't matter. But especially if it's your first time and if you got hairy legs or your toes not done, women feel very self-conscious about that. But let me tell y'all something. We are not, and I think I speak for all estheticians with this, like, we do not care about your hairy legs. If anything, we might try to sell you to wax your legs, but we don't care about that. We don't care about if your toes not done, if your fingernails not done. We don't care about any of that. All we looking for is to make sure your vagina clean and we got all the hair out, okay? So don't worry about if you have hairy legs. We don't care, and we're all women, so we are not judging each other. And I know my head. Y'all want to see my legs right now? No, y'all don't want to see that. But just know December 20th, they're going to be smooth. But right now, they're a little hairy. So don't worry about things like that, guys, because we could care less or whatever. But I totally get it. I totally get where all that comes from, because I find myself saying, like, don't judge me because I got this, that, and the third. But we are not looking at any of that, I promise you. But yeah, guys, so I think that is all I have to talk about today. If you're pregnant, you can get waxed. Don't worry about that. Most of the time, if you're pregnant, it takes a little bit longer, just because sometimes you can put your legs up when we're doing the butt strip. Sometimes you can't. You might have to turn to your side. And then, you know, when you're pregnant, you're a lot more sensitive. So of course, we're going to take more precaution with you, but you definitely can get waxed when your period is on. Oh, Latoya, everybody, don't worry about that. Girl, people sweat. Like my table, the paper, as you know, paper be sticking to you and it be left on the table. Like, that's that anxiety. That's that anticipation, especially if you're a first-time waxer. Like, it definitely, you're just nervous. You really don't know what to expect. So of course you begin to sweat. So totally normal. Don't worry about that. That happens with more people than not. I'm trying to really think of everything that I encounter, because I really want people to feel, just really not feel self-conscious about getting a wax. Like, it's a new day and age. And I promise you, if somebody is in this profession, they should not be judging you. I mean, I don't feel like they would judge you, because it takes a special one to wax people all day long. You know what I mean? So I feel like we've seen it all, smelt it all, everything, you know, and I feel like there's really nothing that can make us feel any kind of way. So definitely don't worry about the sweat. Don't worry about any of that. But I think that's all, guys. Just a quick recap. Just make sure that you exfoliate your skin. It's nice to exfoliate before your service, but it's definitely imperative that you exfoliate after your service. If you are more prone, and typically I can tell by the type of hair that you have if you're going to be more prone to ingrowns, and then I will recommend the products that you need to use for yourself. Definitely if you shave, I don't care if you come get this from me or if you get it offline or whatever you do, but please know that this Psb Vanish, if you shave or if you wax, this stuff is amazing. Like, I would not lie to you. I love this stuff. Again, it's made to dry out your skin, so it will dry out your skin, but because you're using it twice a day, but it's definitely going to help get ingrown hairs out. And as long as that ingrown hair is not deep, it's going to pull out within a week. So I could not, if there's any product that I recommend, it is this product. So definitely make sure you look into this if you struggle with ingrowns. But other than that, ladies, I hope you guys have a beautiful night. I love talking to you guys today. Yes, Barb, the live will stay up, so you can go back and you can watch everything from start to finish again. But make sure, not make sure, but have a beautiful night. Have a beautiful weekend. I cannot wait until December 20th to meet all of you ladies. I have something special for each one of you guys that come to the event next week. So make sure you come and dress sexy in your lingerie. I just heard that Rihanna's, what is it, Savage Fenty? No, Savage Beauty, Savage, I don't know. Key, what's the name of it? Because I know you know, girl. But her line, I heard that they were having an awesome lingerie sale, and I heard that shipping, like, your clothes come back really quick. So really look into them. I know I am, because I don't have any lingerie. I'm gonna have to work on that. Oh, Nisha, hey baby, you missed it, but you know, you can check back. But definitely, guys, come to the event. I can't wait to meet each one of you guys. And again, I have something special to give all of you guys at the event, and I can't wait to meet you guys. And again, if you have any questions, you can find me on Facebook, Toya La'Chelle, Instagram, Hudson Brow and Waxing, or you can text me. And honestly, guys, I'm off social media right now. I won't be back until January, so I will check this post for the next few days. But definitely text me. That's so much easier for me. So if you text 864-775-2488, I will answer any questions that you have. I'll also put my number in the comment section below, just so you know. But I'm here for any questions that you have. Again, I love all you guys, and you're so beautiful, and I'm just so thankful to be a part of this what am I trying to say, this positivity. I just love it, you know. So I'm getting off of here, but love you guys, and I hope to see you guys next week. Bye.